So then finally Jumpship, or as it's now renamed, Jumpspace, is out. A spaceship crew game? Yeah, that's what we'll call the genre from now on. Similar in vein to Void Crew and Wildgate, you and 3 other unlucky kidnapping victims go on a missions aboard your very own ship, maintaining it, upgrading it, and most importantly, fighting whatever may come as a crew of this vessel. For me, this was the most anticipated game of 2025, and though the game is clearly in early access, it's already pretty fun. And more than that, the game shows just how important not only the outside of the ship is, but also how working inside of it becomes. Alright, so let's start with the basics. How does it even play? After you run through the tutorial, you start your way here, in the hangars. And then invite a couple of your mates to play together with. And right as those words cross my lips, immediately half my audience turns off. Yeah, but TheYamiks, do you need kidnapping friends to play together with? No? But we'll get into the validity of that kind of gameplay. After that, you go up to Helldiver's looking galaxy map and select a mission based on the length and difficulty. Select the ship you want, select the upgrade parts you want, ready up, and off to the races you go. You first arrive in an empty sector, so you can set up and decide what to do. Now once everyone's cocked, locked, ready to suck and fuck, you pick whatever node seems best and prepare to jump. Make sure that everyone's seated. Now depending on the sector you choose, you may just as fast jump out of the sector without doing anything. But where's the fun in that? Looting some derelict vessels or destroying some jump inhibiting relays may give you some items, weapons, parts, and supplies to continue your journey. Very faster than light-esque, if you will. And that basically is the main gameplay loop of the game. Some spaceship piloting, some space gunnering, and of course my favorite, manual Ramboing. I'ma do manual fighting. Come here, you shit! There we go, that's 1 down. 2 down. Come here, you shits.
We don't even need to fight.
3 down.
Man's built like... Ow.
4 down, baby. Hell yeah! The main currency in Jumpspace for crafting supplies is materia. You can pick it up by destroying enemy vessels or just simply finding it on bases. But when it comes to the Jumpship, or rather Jumpspace's ships, they act a little bit different to regular games that have shields. See, those do not regenerate and simply act as a condom to prevent an internal module damage. The way to repair the shields is essentially to craft cells and manually place them. And regular shield health works the same, there's repair kits as well. However, if the shields are down, there's an added risk of internal module damage and fires being caused by enemy fire. But hey, maybe piloting a spaceship is not quite your thing, so going on foot turns the game into a rather basic but serviceable clanker shooter. A few different weapons, good movement. Sure, it won't win any prizes in the next tactical FPS shooter or even the action-based spunk baby woo-woo that is the modern Call of Duty, but it's competent enough to be fun. None of the FPS mechanics get on your nerves or in your way, instead providing genuine and snappy mechanics. Most notably, the grappling hook's my favorite. But anyways, as you progress through the sectors, you come to a final boss, raid, node, well, whichever one. In any case, it's not really that different from the previous nodes, just a bit longer. Now once completed, you return to hangar to reap the rewards, upgrade your gear, and carry on to the next run. Now the only things that you do carry from run to run are the ship modules that you've unlocked and installed, as well as equipped on-foot weapons. Now as for artifacts that provide unique modifiers to your ship or the environment, consumable items, and materia for crafting, all of that is reset, or rather gone. Now sectors do get harder and AI deals more damage and spawns in bigger quantities, but for overall the game is, well, obviously in very early access. And yet, all that said, I genuinely like this launch. Now, obviously the first thing you'll notice is just how pretty the game is when you can fly around unencumbered and with the 6 degrees of freedom, even if there are placeholders and rather basic models here and there. And sure, the game is somewhat casual as hell.
Okay. Donk.
Best
How's that
way to
look from your
stop.
point of view?
Just ram it. Obviously, I'd wish the ship would be more typical to space sims, where the mass and flight model actually has weight behind it. Or hell, even the fact that ramming things doesn't cause damage is kind of weird. But again, it's more casual if you like that. Now, as I was playing along, I failed to notice one thing that is kinda typical to modern gaming today, and that is the performance problems. Surprisingly, for even this early access, 120 FPS on average for 4K on max settings, well, it just worked! The game is not smeared out with temporal bullshit, propped up by thousands of crutches like the upscaling and frame generation. It's just a standard Unity game that just works. Well, I guess that's why it actually works, because it's not built on the fucking Unreal Engine 5, but it's still so refreshing that even an early access game is relatively well optimized for at least its state. Still, I must caution you, Jumpspace, you can improve the performance even more, so let's not get complacent now. But returning to the gameplay itself, I will not stop gushing just how cool this is. Now, Jumpspace is only one of only 3 games I know, along with Wildgate and the fucking Starfield, that has boarding an enemy ship and manually destroying it by hand. And no, Star Citizen, go fuck yourself! You don't count! You see, this feature is not only unique and rare, but also immersion driving and sort of a unique thing for the spaceship genre that shouldn't be underestimated. Hell, thanks to the easy-to-use grappling hook and really cool magnetic boots, you can ride enemy ships like fucking worms of Arrakis, but in space. Now, I only wish there would be stronger enemy ships that would need deeper boarding action to destroy them, or maybe some better loot if you board them first and then destroy them. But overall, the mechanics themselves are really snappy. No stupid delays or janky animations, it just works. And as for the whole magnetic boot, gravitational changing platforms, Bet pat otrādāk vairs, augšpēdas var staigāt. Šitie paneļi tik forši. Es tik forši redzēt savējos vienkārši augšpēdas staigājāt.
Yep.
It's just little coding features, man.
Tas ir tik dīvaini.
I know!
So weird.
Viņš nav.
I love this feature so much.
Come to think of it, not many games have actually coded something like this, but Jumpship has. And sure, while it is disorienting at times, that's the fun part. Oh, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that both ship boarding and ship interiors now have been cemented as major parts of space games, or more specifically space sims, as the next evolution point for the whole genre. Because especially games like this, and Void Crew as well, showcase just how fun this part of the ship piloting and maintaining can be. How much cool and interesting gameplay there could be also in EVA, and doing so while at the same time encouraging co-op play is just wonderful.
Squish.
Oh, cool.
Squish. Squish. Yeah.
And just to add that little bit cherry on top, the Jumpspace also has your ship boarding by enemy forces, where you need to fight them off. Oh, it's so cool! If only the moment weren't so brief.
I would love to see players running around their ship and other ships, dealing with emergencies and repelling boarders, cleaning up toxic spillages, exploring derelict husks, that sort of mischief.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how this clip got in here. Now, with games like Void Crew and Jumpspace now showcasing that spaceship games can be so much more in-depth, with seemingly simple addition of ship interiors, it honestly feels obvious and fantastic. To a point that you start to question, why did some games not have this sooner? But returning to Jumpspace, it's a very early access game and you can feel it. There's not that much content and missions start to quickly repeat themselves. Most of all, loot itself feels really bland. Difficulty balancing also feels quite rough, but in the sense of that, everything's too easy, which again, sure is a sign of early game release, but still. Now, looking over the game's roadmap, yes, the developer Keepsake Games have already announced the Road to 1.0, listing off several features, like endless mode and more weapons and a new ship perhaps. And while I'd love to continue to rant on just how much I like the concept of the genre, or how promising Jumpspace even is in this early access state, one thing is clear, it certainly will get better, and I will be keeping an eye on Keepsake and what they create. And sure, while I'd like the game to be more realistic, especially in the ship mechanics, because boy oh boy does it feel like a space go-karts on rails. I also get that this game, like their inspiration, Deep Rock Galactic and several other titles, are designed for more casual audiences, rather than your typical hardcore space sim or looter-shooter nerds. Still, in time, things are expected to improve, so here's to you, Keepsake. You released something really cool, and looking at the Steam page and Steam charts now, I'm glad to see I'm not the only one. So now, go out there and make one hell of a game for 1.0 and beyond.